Welcome to another podcast. We have another guest today. Is Uday Nadivade, co-founder of BEFACH Forex Private Limited. He is a man with 3 patents in his name, and he will talk more about them. Welcome, Uday, and thanks for joining us today for this podcast. I know you'll be busy and an entrepreneur. Today we'll cover your entrepreneur journey and how your patents. Interesting to know more about them. So tell us what was made you to be an entrepreneur first of all, and how you invented these products or software, the patents which you have. Talk about more about that, please.
Thank you, Manoj, for giving this opportunity to talk to you and to the larger audience. And as he mentioned, my name is Uday Nadivade, and after working in a couple of different companies, entrepreneurship was always in my heart. And though I was in a corporate life, I decided to start off on my own, and I started with my childhood friend, so it was last 5-6 years we have been into our own business, and entrepreneurship has been one of my most exciting periods of my life. Before that also it was pretty good working in corporate life, but being an entrepreneur is definitely trying to put yourself on the pedestal.
Yes.
And then you have some ideas that you want to execute. So things started like 5-6 years back when we started our journey as an entrepreneur. Me and my friend Rajesh, we were looking for a very simple solution for water softener. Typical water softeners in the market cost around more than ₹1 lakh.
Okay. Who are your target market when you were thinking about entrepreneurship?
It was domestic households.
Okay.
Independent houses. Not even apartments. So we were very clear as to who is our customer. And we wanted to target only independent houses.
Okay.
And we wanted to bring a solution at like 4,000, 5,000 rupees, and the current market solution was ₹1 lakh. So from 1 lakh, we wanted to bring to a new solution that can cost only around 4,000-5,000 rupees. And we did a lot of research, and with lot of research and going to Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, doing a lot of trial errors, my house was a laboratory.
Wonderful.
And with lot of trial and errors and experimentations, we did develop a product which we sell today all across India.
That's a water softener, right?
Yeah, that's a water softener. And today we are the #1 seller of this particular product.
Wonderful.
All across
Congratulations.
India. Thank you, Manoj. And apart from this, while this is a water softener, our whole intention, I come from a supply chain background. So I actually wanted to do something in the supply chain space. And so what, and my other partner, he is from the sales and marketing side. And we wanted to do something on the import and export side, because I had experience in international sourcing and international supply chain, and I definitely know that it is a very broken process. People who are into import business face a lot of problems. So we wanted to simplify this import area.
Yes.
So that's our second venture.
So world is anyway boundaryless, so you have to do product sourced from different parts of the world. I'm curious to know your other patents. You have a couple of 3 patents, I suppose. So
yeah, so one patent, as I mentioned, was in the water softener. So we got a patent in the water softener.
Okay.
The second patent is also in the water softener in the chemical science of that one. And one is in the design and the other is in the chemical sciences. And the third patent is actually, it's in the software side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there I was in the supply chain business. I was heading the supply chain department of my previous company. And one of the challenges that company had was a lot of supply chain data which is there for a particular customer.
Okay.
They did not get proper insights from the data. The data was unstructured. So I put a process together around this particular data, and this was all supply chain related data. And that data we put it to across together. And my customer there was a chief procurement officer of a company.
Oh, okay.
And his challenge was he was managing like around 50 different plants across the globe. And his challenge was, being a CPO, he did not know how much he is spending on laptops, how much he is spending on consumables, or how much is he spending on servers, how much is he spending on network devices, and so on and so forth, because his data was very disintegrated. So I put a process of collecting the data, transforming the data, and then connecting it with a United Nations system of taxonomy, and then creating useful information for the CPO to take decisions and save cost for his company.
Okay.
So that process was patented by my where I was working earlier. So
wonderful, wonderful.
So I'm actually now building on something on those lines. I'm trying to simplify supply chain for international cross-border trade for India.
No, wonderful. That's a really great story, because supply chain has been a big connecting process across various businesses. I know you motivated me to be actually Zoho partner. I was using the Zoho products, but our discussions, conversations, you motivated me. So what was that movement you wanted to become Zoho customer? I mean, you bought various products. Tell us a little bit about the movement you decided for Zoho.
I think that's a nice question, and probably people from entrepreneurial background will understand that probably better, okay, rather than a corporate guy, because corporate people have a lot of money in their pocket, so their decision making is easy. But people who come from an entrepreneurial background, they don't have that kind of funds that the corporates are having. So I'll give that answer from an entrepreneurial background.
Okay, sure.
And typically what happens when you start an entrepreneurship, like when I started, it was two of us, me and my co-founder. Okay, and slowly as we got acquired customers, as we got more and more complexity in our process, we got more vendors, more customers, more employees. So we started adding tools to simplify this. And as an entrepreneur, we will not jump into buying an SAP or an Oracle on day one.
But you felt business automation would be the key for your scalability.
Yes. So automation was definitely in our mind. So how do we automate? The first thing we ought to do is we take tools like HubSpot, or probably the free version of HubSpot as well.
Okay. So a typical entrepreneur does look for a free version.
So we look for free version of HubSpot CRM. We look for free version of Google. We look for free version of WhatsApp automation. We look for all these kind of free versions that we look for, and that's how we scale. And when we started scaling, all this helped, no doubt, all this helped.
Yes.
And when we became 2 to 10 and 10 to 15 people and 15 to 20, then we started seeing complexities in our process. We were not able to manage. For our CRM, we had HubSpot. For our email management, we were using Google. For our space management, Google Workspace was there. For our communication management, we were using WhatsApp. And for our call management, we were using another software called Callizer. So 5 different tools to manage our organization, and all of them were not talking to each other. So we wanted to now come on to a point where we can have one single tool to manage all our office automation requirements. And we were searching for this. And that's when we came across each other.
The conversation
on Zoho happened, and that's when we switched all of these previous discrete different systems to one single system of Zoho.
It's in fact, Zoho founders, they say that it's a unified business operating system, one platform for all the functions across. And I agree with you, because one thing is what you said, a startup or an entrepreneur to be agile, productive, and the technology needs to be there in the beginning, not after you grow big. That time complexity will be surmounting, and you may not achieve also. So I think that's a great decision to automate your processes in the beginning. Okay, it's a great decision. I know that's where it started. Uday, I know you have implemented a lot of Zoho tools. I know you did Zoho Begin as a CRM, Flow, projects, workplace, and a payroll, people. I think you have integrated many functions of with Zoho. tell us how what changed this, the way the business process is, and how you are implementing this in your business. Tell us more.
Sure. See, like in our business, we are into import simplification. BEFACH is into import simplification.
Okay.
Now, if you see the import process itself, the normal import process, it has got multiple supply chain activities. So, number one, money has to be transferred internationally.
Okay.
Okay, so we transfer money internationally to say a Chinese supplier.
Okay.
Second thing is we import we qualify the supplier of China. We then get the quality of the product verified in China. Eventually, the shipping is done from China. Then the material comes to customs clearances here in India. And after that, it is locally shipped to the customer here in India. So these are at least around 5 to 6 different processes that are involved in importing any product from outside to India. Now, this is a very broken process otherwise. And we wanted to have a tool that can meet our complex requirements of simplification. So this whole process is anyways a very complicated process. So we wanted a tool that can adapt to our requirements, that can be easily changeable, easily modifiable, easily, our people can use it, set it up easily as well as use it easily. So we started with Zoho Begin to start with, the CRM tool of Zoho. And if you see, we at every stage from the customer acquisition, so
the deal,
from the lead, from much before the deal itself, we have
lead to deal.
Yeah, lead. So we have whether the customer that we have acquired, where is he coming from? What is the source of the customer? Is going into Zoho. So after that, whether the customer is hot, medium, cold. After that, then we qualify the customer on different products that he is looking for. So some may want to import electronics, some may want to import plywood, some may want to import food ingredients. So we are able to use Zoho for this kind of differentiation as well. And from there, from the customer qualification, then the deal is created. Suppose assuming that the customer now wants to go ahead with us, then a deal is created. Now what happens with the deal? Now when the moment a deal is created, the money needs to be transferred to, say, like China. If you have
supplier.
So that information is also there in our Zoho CRM.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we can keep a track of from which customer we have received money and how much of his money has been sent to China. After the money has been sent, we have another step as to is the material now dispatched from the Chinese supplier. So even that is there in the Zoho CRM. After it is dispatched from the Zoho from the supplier, which is a shipping agent which has picked up that, when it has been shipped, where is it at this point of time? After that, is the customer whether it has reached the customs clearance in India, when it has been cleared from the customs, and when and how it has reached to the customer in India, which shipping agency or lines. And after that, is the customer happy, not happy? We take that feedback.
You take the feedback through Zoho survey.
It is in the Zoho CRM. So these all steps, what we were doing offline earlier, is now done absolutely everything in the Zoho CRM. I think at least we would be having close to maybe around 20 different sub-steps within Zoho CRM.
Wow, okay.
Just because of the complexity of the import business that we are into. So that's the reason we have been able to simplify this process using Zoho.
Okay. So you multiple complex processes, you have completely automated to make your life simpler.
Absolutely. Just to give an example, what we are trying to do is we are trying to replicate Alibaba of China. Alibaba is a cross-border e-commerce company.
Okay.
And what we are building here, BEFACH International, is nothing but a mirror image of Alibaba.
Oh.
So our vision is to simplify imports for Indian companies. So whether they import from China, Vietnam, Germany, Malaysia, we want to simplify them, making imports as simple as probably buying something from a kirana shop.
Okay.
So we are in that mission of simplifying imports. To simplify imports, we also have to simplify our internal processes.
Yeah, I understand. So you wanted to make, it's a good vision, make a simplified e-commerce platforms and all. I understand you also integrated a lot of external applications like Shopify and a lot of things. What all, external applications you have integrated?
Yeah, like earlier before Zoho, also we had very different discrete tools. Like I mentioned, we were using HubSpot. So HubSpot, it doesn't have much flexibility. It's good to start with, but it is difficult to customize it. So we had HubSpot for all our CRM activities. Then we had India Mart, from where we used to get leads.
Oh, India Mart gives you leads.
Yeah. So, but India Mart integration with HubSpot was difficult. So similarly, we had leads coming from our website. Leads also come directly to us on our phone calls. So there are different ways leads comes to us, and so we found it very difficult to integrate all this. And that's where, and we had these different tools, like as I mentioned earlier.
Shopify, I think Gati, you've done a lot of integrations.
Yeah, so we had, so what we did is, earlier we had HubSpot for CRM, we had emails, we were using Google Workspace, as I mentioned, then we were using Google as an email tool, we were using WhatsApp, we are using Tally. So these are all discrete tools, and none of them talk to each other. So when we shifted to Zoho, and the biggest benefit was Zoho umbrella has all this in its place. So it made life very easy for us.
And also your third-party integrations.
Third-party integrations. So our leads that we receive from India Mart directly go into our Zoho. So we don't require any specific integration. So Zoho, India Mart leads directly go into Zoho. Our website leads from Shopify directly go into Zoho. The leads that we get on our WhatsApp or Click are integrated. Again, we use a tool called Vati. Vati is integrated with Zoho. So because of these integrations with Zoho and Zoho's capability to integrate with outside tools, our automation has become faster and simpler.
Very good. Actually, yes, I agree. Zoho has integrations in other podcasts I was talking. It has a webhooks, API, market extensions and all. So it gives a vast flexibility, I would say, to customers to integrate their third party, because Zoho is the platform for business operation, but you touch a lot of external entities in your business interactions.
Absolutely.
So when you connect the world, it becomes one world for you. Seamlessly you interact in your digital world, right? Great. Thank you so much for answering this. So Uday, I think I know you, since you talked about complexity of your processes and how you simplified using Zoho technology, and the way you connected to the external world, we talked about it. It's a wonderful. Now tell us how it actually impacted your productivity in your organization.
Yeah, number one thing I will tell you, as I mentioned earlier, that we were using discrete tools.
Yes.
So managing discrete tools itself was very, very difficult for us. And what it means to manage discrete tools is you have to put more manpower to that. So earlier we had, frankly, for whatever workload we were doing, we were doing like one person, 4 people were doing that particular job.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And because of the discrete tools, you have to put people on discrete tools, you have to train on them, and they can do only that amount of work only. There are 4 people doing some X amount of work. Today, with Zoho implementation, we are able to do it with 1 person.
So you proved your vision, BEFACH 4X Private Limited. So 4 times you got it.
Yeah. Incidentally, that's a nice thing that you talked about. So a lot of people ask me in interviews like this as to what is this BEFACH 4X Private Limited. So give me this opportunity.
So you proved your vision.
Yeah.
So
I just want to also take this opportunity to explain our company's name. Our company's name is BEFACH. And BEFACH stands, BEFACH, the spelling is B-E-F-A-C-H. And what it means is, it is an abbreviation of 3 words: better, faster, and cheaper.
Cheaper, okay.
So first 2 words of each of them. So B-E-F-A-C-H.
Wonderful.
So my vision and my co-founder's vision is, when we are working on any product or as an entrepreneur, we should try to do things better, we should try to do it faster, and obviously we should try to do it at a cheaper cost.
Low cost.
And by how much? by 4 times at least.
4 times.
That's
So
where
that's
that
where it
4x.
helped. Wonderful, wonderful.
That's where that 4x is coming
That's
into
your aha moment, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great,
That's
great,
our
great.
company name is BEFACH 4x Private Limited, and we are always looking how can we increase the customer's experience 4 times better, how can we deliver him 4 times faster, how can we make it 4 times cheaper for him, and that's in the name
Yeah,
of our
it's a
company.
wonderful. And what was your aha moment when you implemented Zoho?
Yeah, now when before we implemented Zoho itself, we did our analysis as to how many tools we are having in our office for automation.
yeah.
And we were having around 8-10 different tools, like I described earlier.
okay.
We were paying to Google, we were paying to Google Workspace, we were paying to Tally, we were paying
I'm sure
to,
they don't like it.
we were paying to SendGrid for email communication. We were paying to HubSpot. So many places we are paying money every monthly basis. And when Zoho's proposal came to us, we obviously thought, we saw one single number and we thought it looked expensive in the beginning.
Okay.
But then we did our maths. What we did is we started calculating our cost of how much we are paying to that 8-10 different tools on a monthly
Versus one
basis.
person.
And surprise, surprise, Zoho worked out to be much cheaper
Wow.
than all the 10 tools put together. And I think if I'm right, it was almost like half the cost.
Yeah, roughly, yes, right.
So our cost was half of all the tools that we were using. So if we were spending like X amount of rupees on all the 10 tools, it was X by 2 when we implemented Zoho. Not only the cost benefit we got from Zoho, the second thing was simplification. We got it all not only the 10 tools were there in Zoho, but it was 10 plus tools which were there in Zoho at half the cost, and simplification, better reporting, better management.
So you got a value for money. Yeah.
4x times.
That's your tagline. Very
Yeah,
wonderful.
absolutely.
I know you got a great talent also, so you implemented at ease all across products. Yeah. So hi Uday, it's interesting to know. I know so much of tools you used, so many Zoho tools in integrated fashion for your complex processes. There must be some challenges, right? So what were your challenges while implementing Zoho?
I think because of the discrete systems we were using before Zoho, migration was a challenge.
Oh, okay.
So the CRM data was in HubSpot database. Our email marketing was in different database.
Oh.
Our customer database was in Vati or WhatsApp. So our email marketing was in different, contacts were in different other database. So if you see, all that databases were different, and they were not structured. There was no common thing between that particular data. So before we could export or upload the data onto Zoho, we had to clean all this particular data.
Oh, okay.
So the cleaning of that data was itself a challenge.
So you're taking entire dump onto Excel or something like that?
Correct. We had to take all the dump onto Excel, integrate it, do Excel VLOOKUPs and whatnot to ensure that we are able to properly structure it in a way that we can upload it into Zoho.
Oh, okay.
We lost some data also because not all these databases talk with each other. And when you download, sometimes there are time restrictions that you can download only 6 months data. So sometimes you have that kind of challenges. So we had to download previous 6 months data separately, integrate it. So integration, the challenge was more because our previous tools were all discrete. So migration of that, migration was easy. First to bring all that different databases onto one single templatized method was itself the challenge.
I understand, because Zoho, though provided a lot of data migration tools to do from different products, but it has always been a challenge when you have a vast kind of data. Yeah, I understand. There must be some lessons learned in this process. I'm sure it's always no Murphy's law, like everything is something wrong. So here also you might have some lessons.
Oh yeah, we had our lessons as well because we were a little too desperate to get into faster automation because our process was complex.
Want to get on to the faster,
Yeah,
better.
yeah, absolutely. So people who are on the fast track, we do at times commit some mistakes, some accidents here and there.
Okay. True, true.
Okay, and I think doing mistakes fast is also good.
Yep.
So we learned faster, I would say. And some of the mistakes, if we have to, or some of the lessons learned,
Lessons,
what I would
more of,
say is we implemented, we bought Zoho, we started implementing. And then when we started implementing, we started facing challenges in that. And then we realized Zoho has got different versions of CRM as well and all that, so and so forth. So we thought that the lesson learned is probably spend a little more time on attending a webinar about that particular tool from Zoho before deciding I want to go with this or this or this, and what are the benefits of this versus this versus this. So I think a little bit of learning before implementing is better option than directly going and implementing.
Yeah, I understand. Even as a partner or a Zoho, I think this is feedback to even to Zoho and the partners that how well you understand customer businesses and then advise. In fact, another customer, we were implementing Zoho. Not lot times you can capture everything in a thing, and it is good to document the requirements. Actually, that's
Correct.
what I've been saying, and we learn from our Six Sigma, all that stuff. Document first, and then document the goals, then find the solutions. Exploring various, analyzing the solutions helps us better. That's what we need to practice. I think that's a great lesson going forward. Great, thank you. And I wanted to ask also, what are your future plans? Now you have been with Zoho for I think more than some time and explored, learned, faced challenges. Now you must be driving faster also. I know how to drive with these tools and technologies. So what are your future plans?
See, from a future plan perspective for BEFACH International, we are developing an Alibaba of India for imports, and the processes are complex. The business opportunity is big. So we are targeting close to around the SME sector of India, and that is the importers in India are at least around 2 lakh importers are there in India for whom we want to simplify import process. And so to simplify this import process for them, it means that we should have proper tools. And I see that there is a huge scalability option available with Zoho. As we grow, today we do around 20 crore of revenue in our business, but we feel that we will be able to really scale extremely fast. Because this is just a POC that we have done in our business in the last 1 year or so, and we have been able to get some good revenues and good customer
Very good.
testimonials. They are very happy with what we are doing. So I think scaling is going to be easy for us, but to scale properly, we need to have proper tools. And I think Zoho will be able to really scale up fast because they have that capacity to scale along with us. So I see that tool mapping up with our growth as well. So in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years, I'm able to see that Zoho can go along with us for a long period of time in terms of scalability.
Okay, great. Yeah, I know. It's like now it's a time to migrate to probably Zoho One with better cost as well as better 50 plus applications. You're going to get it, like your finance applications, whether it is further elevated marketing and sales automation, or your people side of it. And I'm sure you are the person who implemented already people automation and payroll automation and all. So it's just I'm sure it would be a wonderful journey together as a partner as well as your business. So I congratulate you on that. So I have one more interesting question for you. If you find an opportunity to have a dinner with Zoho founders, okay, what would you ask?
Yeah, see, I'm a big follower of Reliance stories, how they market.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of the way Ambani's market anything that they come in the market. When they market something, like when they recently launched Campa Cola, Okay, so when they launched Campa, it is half the price of Pepsi.
Okay.
Okay, Pepsi is 20 rupees, Campa is 10 rupees.
Correct.
Okay, so that's number one thing, price. So they beat on the price, they beat on the supply chain, they beat on customer satisfaction. They did the same thing for Jio SIM card telecom as well. They, when Airtel was at, they launched Jio SIM at half the price of Airtel.
Yeah.
That's how they conquered the telecom
I think
market.
the vision was to gather more retail market.
Yeah.
And India, China, and such a countries, US being, larger markets.
So I am a big fan of the way Ambani's implement the marketing strategies.
With a high quality at low cost.
High quality at low cost. I am a big fan of Ambani's when they on their marketing strategies. If I have an opportunity to meet Sridhar Vembu, in fact, I kind of had an opportunity to actually listen to him in a seminar in Bangalore.
Oh, okay.
But if I have a coffee time with him
Your dinner.
or a dinner time with him, I'm going to ask Sridhar Vembu as to why do you want to charge implementation cost. You know, you are cost of implementation also there are charges.
Okay.
So if I get an opportunity to talk to Mr. Sridhar Vembu, I'm going to ask him this particular question. You have a great product, okay, and why do you want to charge for implementing that? I would say that, products like this, made in India software product, there are not many software products made in India and sold to the world. Zoho is one of them. And lot of Indian SMEs require Zoho kind of products. But where it gets stuck is implementation. Incidentally, we have a good team of people in our organization who have been able to understand, and there has been a lot of focus on implementing these automation tools, and that's why it got implemented.
Okay.
But lot many SMEs don't have either the people or the focus. They may have the money, they may have that 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs money to spend on automation, but they don't have the right people to implement it. And Zoho says that, to implement it, then he'll give $1 pricing for implementation. So I would ask Sridhar Vembu, when you have such a great product, when there are so many 40, 50 lakh SMEs in India, everyone would need this Zoho product. Why don't implementation be made at zero cost?
Okay.
Or absorb some of that implementation cost into the product cost,
The
add
license
that
cost
into the
itself,
product
yes,
cost, let 70-80% of the Indian SMEs use Zoho, then see how the Indian SMEs will become big companies.
Okay. So very wonderful. I mean, you ask that to Sridhar. Let's see how Sridhar responds that. But I have a few answers to that, being a partner. What Zoho, if you look at it as a vision, why I fell in love with Zoho as a partner is the simplicity, from founders. They have a zero outside investors. It's a private, zero debt. And they made this entirely grown organically. Though they have a few acquisitions in Zoho as a story. And he actually brought the talent from the rural India, the Bharat, okay, rural Bharat. So that's the way Zoho has been come out. So what Zoho has come out with various schemes. For example, they have a free versions for anybody to use it, as any software vendor has. They also tied up with the Startup India to give some grants to the startups so that they can push on the technology. In fact, which probably you could have suggested in the beginning, Zoho also has a 2-hour onboarding for every customer at a free of cost, no cost for 2 hours. 2 hours may not be sufficient, but it's an onboarding. But for the premium customers, I mean, when you buy the support or something like that, premium versions, what Zoho gives is some kind of expert help to you to go to person to implement it. I know, end of the day, there is a charge to implementation. What Zoho feels is with a vast network, I think they have a 2,000 only in India, and for 100 million customers across the globe, there are in 150 countries, in fact, Zoho inculcated the partnership program. Okay. In fact, if you look at it, what I see, that's you also mentioned that Zoho conducts a lot of free webinars, lot of free. In fact, every day you have. And also there is a Zoho user group where they want to educate users. But I agree, like non-technical customers, if you want to implement Zoho, it requires a tremendous either partner or a Zoho support.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
to your question, back to maybe Zoho, Sridhar and other people as founders, that they can think about it innovative ways to come out that also at a lowest cost, maybe like they did the product, or incorporate in the Zoho product itself. Yeah, good suggestions. Let's see. So finally, what would you, as an entrepreneur as well as a Zoho user, you would leave certain messages to viewers? Whoever is viewing this podcast must get benefit out of this viewing for 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. There has to be certain messages you pass on, both as an entrepreneur as well as Zoho user.
I think this is a phenomenal question. As when I see, most of the time, every day I interview around 3 people, approximately at an average. And every time, the one quality that I'm looking in that person is, does he have the entrepreneurial spirit in him? Can I train him to become an
So
entrepreneur?
you look on the roads for
Yeah.
the spirits. Good.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking for people with spirit.
Spirits.
And so when I interview people, I just see whether this guy, can he become an entrepreneur? And can he leave my company and start an entrepreneurship company of his own?
Oh, wow.
So this is the kind of people that I am looking for. And frankly, we want that in our company, we have some of those kind of people. I'm sure it's a matter of time that they'll start something on their own. And we'll be happy, we'll probably be the first funders for those companies when they start off. And we are looking, so that is what is one message that
Look for the talent.
Look for the talent from an entrepreneur. Does that guy have an entrepreneur spirit in him? If he has an entrepreneur spirit, he will learn anything, he will hard work, he will find solutions. Okay, so these are the qualities that we are looking for. And this is from an entrepreneurship point of view, what we look, or what I look when I'm interviewing people and hiring people in my company. On the second thing, from a Zoho perspective, this world is on automation. The world is moving towards digitization and automation and AI. So any company to survive and grow, they have to automate, they have to digitize, they have to implement AI tools. There is no other method without doing these 3 things. So I would strongly urge any entrepreneurial company to implement automation. So Zoho is on the forefront of automation. So Zoho is on the forefront of automation, and there are different other things in where Zoho might not be there. Like in lot many AI space, Zoho might not be there. So a company should look at automation. What is that I can do in the company, which can be automated?
Yeah.
I internally in our company, I personally have a scale of automation. So on a 1 to 10 scale, I keep asking my tech team as to where are we on automation. So before we implemented automation, it's a rough number. It is not a very scientifically calculated number. It's a rough number. So before we implemented Zoho, as I told, we had 10 different discrete tools. We were probably like 2 out of 10 kind of a thing. With Zoho, we are probably around 6 out of 10 kind of a thing. Now we are implementing AI. On our website, certain AI tools which can help our customers identify products which are higher selling imported products. So those AI tools, we are talking with different companies and implementing it on our website. So these kind of automation and AI, every company should look forward. That is how the real growth and real first mover advantage companies will get.
So I have a quick following question. See, you said automate, and you might take it to the 9 out of 10 or maybe 10 out of 10. But there is a myth saying that if you automate too much, too many people lose jobs. AI is going to lose make people lose jobs and all. Do you have your way of your wisdom, I would say?
No, I don't think so. Technology will ever take jobs from companies or people. It will only create jobs. It only
creates more and more jobs.
Yeah. It only creates jobs. If you remember, I think this dialogue happened when computers were introduced way back in 1980s, 90s. Jobs didn't reduce.
Today, software industry.
Software is an industry in itself.
emerged.
India's largest exports is from software.
Yes.
The world is on software today. So even when AI comes in, I think there will be more and more people into AI. The world will become much better place than it is today because of AI. Who will lose jobs? Who are not upgrading their knowledge around that particular skill set. So people who do not upgrade, I would strongly suggest don't be the dinosaur of this world. Try to always keep upgrading, learn. In fact, in our company, we have open learning systems that people can actually, we have a budget for learning for in our office. So company sponsors them for learning. So I would suggest that you should always keep learning new technology. That is way to survive.
Yeah.
And the industry is here to grow. Whether it is AI is not going to AI is going to disrupt, but the industry is going to grow.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful answer. Thanks, Uday, for your time and all the stuff. So, for you viewers, I mean, I just summarize what Uday today, talked about is the complexity of in a business and how he simplified using technology, in particularly Zoho, how it helped him to automate his entire end-to-end processes. We also learned how an entrepreneur spirits can flow on the roads and how to identify the talent. We also talked about it, how the technology is making to work better and it adding to agile, productive, faster, all these while coming in. It is also disrupting to get new industries, the new way of things doing. I think that's been the constant, consistent message from all of them. That's why Joe also adopts a lot of AI inbuilt tools actually. They have a GIA bots, they have provided, all LLMs, integrations, all that stuff. So it's a wonderful conversation. I must appreciate your time as well as thanks for coming into this broadcast. And I hope viewers will immensely benefit from your experience and in particularly your journey with Zoho. And thank you again. And I'm sure our partner journey will go a long way. Thank you, Uday.
Thank you so much, Manoj, for inviting me. And I wish all the viewers a phenomenal entrepreneurial journey and using tools like Zoho. So use tools, use automation, have entrepreneurial spirit, and life is fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.